In an era where environmental consciousness meets innovative living solutions, eco-friendly tiny homes have emerged as powerful symbols of sustainable lifestyle choices. These compact living spaces represent not just a housing trend, but a philosophical shift toward mindful consumption, reduced environmental footprint, and thoughtful design. By incorporating upcycled materials into both the structure and surroundings of tiny homes, homeowners create unique, character-rich dwellings that tell stories through their reclaimed elements while contributing to a healthier planet.
Before we delve into our exploration, allow us to extend a warm welcome back to Amica Studio. For those joining us for the first time, we invite you to subscribe for more captivating insights into home and interior design inspiration.
Eco-friendly tiny homes with upcycled materials, sustainable courtyard and garden decor ideas. The beauty of sustainable tiny home living extends beyond the compact interior to embrace the surrounding outdoor spaces. When thoughtfully designed, even the smallest courtyard or garden area can become an extension of your living space, providing room for relaxation, entertainment, food production, and connection with nature. These outdoor areas offer opportunities to further express commitment to sustainability through creative use of reclaimed materials, water-wise landscaping, and habitat-supporting plant choices. As we explore 5 approaches to creating eco-conscious tiny homes and their surrounding outdoor spaces, you'll discover practical techniques for incorporating reclaimed materials, implementing sustainable landscaping principles, and maximizing the potential of modest outdoor areas. Whether you're planning to build a tiny home from the ground up or simply wish to enhance your existing small living space with sustainable outdoor elements, these ideas will help you create a harmonious environment that nurtures both personal well-being and planetary health. 1. Eco-friendly tiny homes, upcycled materials for a big sustainable impact. How to use upcycled materials for your eco-friendly tiny home. The foundation of truly sustainable tiny home construction lies in thoughtful material selection that prioritizes reclaimed resources with minimal environmental impact. Salvaged timber from deconstructed barns, warehouses, and older homes provides structural elements with rich patina and historical significance that cannot be replicated in new materials. For contemporary tiny homes, shipping containers offer ready-made structural shells that can be adapted into comfortable living spaces while diverting substantial metal waste from recycling streams. Reclaimed brick, stone, and concrete components can be repurposed for foundations, thermal mass elements, and decorative features that add both functionality and distinctive character to your sustainable tiny dwelling. Creating a sustainable tiny home with upcycled materials. Transform your tiny home's interior into an eco-conscious showcase through strategic incorporation of upcycled finishing materials that combine beauty, durability, and environmental responsibility. Salvaged hardwood flooring, often available from building deconstruction projects, creates warm, durable surfaces with historical character that improves with age. For wall treatments, consider reclaimed wood paneling, properly sealed corrugated metal from agricultural buildings, or even repurposed doors arranged in creative patterns. Cabinet fronts crafted from old-growth timber salvaged during renovations offer superior quality rarely found in new materials, while vintage hardware elements from antique furniture can be repurposed as distinctive pulls and hinges that add authentic character to your space-efficient storage solutions. Transform your tiny home with reclaimed wood, stone, and other upcycled materials. Create a tiny home exterior that withstands the elements while showcasing your commitment to creative reuse through thoughtfully selected upcycled materials. Reclaimed metal roofing from agricultural buildings provides exceptional durability with a distinctive patina that improves aesthetically with age. For siding options, consider repurposed barnwood properly treated for outdoor application, salvaged brick with its irreplaceable historical character, or even creative applications of recycled composite materials manufactured from plastic waste. Two. Creative upcycling and DIY garden decor ideas for your tiny home paradise. Creative upcycling ideas for your tiny home's courtyard. Transform ordinary discarded items into extraordinary planters that add personality to your tiny home's outdoor spaces while diverting materials from landfills. Old wooden toolboxes, vintage dresser drawers, and weathered fruit crates become charming raised beds for culinary herbs and compact vegetables when properly prepared with drainage holes and quality growing medium. For vertical interest, consider repurposing items like antique ladders into plant stands, old gutters into horizontal growing channels, or even worn boots and colanders into whimsical hanging planters. Upcycled garden decor, DIY projects to bring nature into your tiny home's courtyard. Create functional walkways through your tiny home's outdoor spaces using reclaimed materials that add character while reducing demand for newly manufactured products. Broken concrete pieces from demolition projects, sometimes called urbanite, can be arranged into distinctive pathways with organic, stone-like appeal when thoughtfully placed with spaces for ground-covering plants. For more colorful options, consider creating mosaic paths using broken ceramic tiles, repurposed glass bottles set into concrete, or even salvaged brick arranged in decorative patterns. These durable pathway solutions not only showcase environmental responsibility but also add distinctive visual interest that elevates your tiny home's outdoor spaces. Create your own eco-friendly backyard paradise with recycled materials. Infuse your tiny home's courtyard with personality through artistic garden accents crafted from repurposed materials that might otherwise be overlooked. Vintage kitchen utensils become whimsical wind chimes when carefully arranged and suspended, while old window frames can showcase pressed botanical specimens or serve as unique trellises for climbing plants. Consider transforming salvaged metal pieces into sculptural elements through creative arrangement or simple welding techniques, or repurpose colorful glass bottles as borders for garden beds or decorative garden spheres. Three. Transform your tiny home's outdoor space into a green haven. Transform your tiny home's outdoor space into a beautiful courtyard oasis. Maximize your tiny home's ecological benefits by implementing vertical gardening solutions that transform limited horizontal space into abundant growing opportunities. Construct space-efficient living walls using reclaimed wooden pallets properly prepared and mounted securely to support soil and plants. For more industrial aesthetics, repurpose metal pipe systems into modular growing structures that can be customized to your available space. Even humble plastic bottles can become effective vertical growing vessels when properly prepared with drainage holes and mounted securely. How to build a DIY outdoor oasis with sustainable materials for tiny homes. Design your tiny home's outdoor space with the same efficiency principles that guide interior tiny home architecture by creating zones that serve multiple purposes throughout changing seasons. A thoughtfully designed courtyard might incorporate a permeable dining area that doubles as water infiltration during rainy periods, or a bench seating area with integrated storage for garden tools. Consider implementing raised beds with wide, sturdy borders that provide casual seating options while growing food, or installing a pergola structure that supports both shade-creating vines and hanging planters. Turning your tiny home's outdoor space into a green haven. Integrate water conservation principles into your tiny home's outdoor design through creative reuse of materials that support efficient irrigation. Capture valuable rainwater from your roof using repurposed food-grade barrels or industrial containers converted into attractive rain collection systems. Create self-watering planters from nested containers that maintain optimal soil moisture while reducing water consumption. For pathways and gathering areas, consider permeable surfaces created from reclaimed materials like crushed concrete or repurposed brick arranged to allow water infiltration rather than runoff. 4. Budget-friendly DIY projects to create your eco-friendly home and outdoor oasis. Upcycled materials for an eco-conscious home. Define your tiny home's outdoor spaces with boundary elements that combine affordability with environmental responsibility through creative material reuse. Construct distinctive fencing from reclaimed wooden pallets arranged horizontally for privacy or vertically for more open visual connection with surroundings. For temporary or movable boundaries, consider repurposing old doors or window frames into decorative screens that add architectural interest while gently defining spaces. Even humble materials like salvaged branches can become charming rustic fencing when woven between simple posts. Minimalist outdoor oasis, designing a serene garden with eco-friendly materials. Create comfortable outdoor living areas for your tiny home without straining your budget by constructing furniture from thoughtfully repurposed materials. Transform wooden cable spools, often available free from electrical contractors, into distinctive dining or coffee tables with simple sanding and finishing. Construct durable seating from cinder blocks and reclaimed wood planks in modular arrangements that can be reconfigured as needs change. For softer seating, consider upcycling old furniture frames with weather-resistant fabrics and appropriate outdoor finishes. How to build a cozy, eco-friendly courtyard retreat. Extend the usability of your tiny home's outdoor spaces into evening hours with atmospheric lighting created from creatively repurposed containers. Transform glass jars, bottles, and even metal cans into distinctive lanterns by adding candles or LED lighting elements. For pathway lighting, consider repurposing old lampshades into ground-level fixtures that cast intriguing patterns, or drilling decorative patterns into metal containers to create distinctive shadow effects. Solar-powered elements can be incorporated into these designs for energy-efficient illumination that operates without external power sources. Five. Eco-friendly tiny homes, upcycled materials and sustainable courtyards for a green, conscious living space. Creating a sustainable tiny home with upcycled materials. Maximize the perceived spaciousness of your tiny home through thoughtful design elements that create seamless transitions between interior and exterior spaces. Consider installing salvaged French doors or large window units that open fully to connect indoor living areas with adjacent courtyards or decks. Extend interior flooring materials into outdoor spaces where appropriate, using reclaimed wood, brick, or stone to create visual continuity. Design built-in elements like benches or counters that span both indoor and outdoor zones, creating functional features that visually expand your living space. Tiny home living, creating an eco-conscious oasis with recycled garden materials. Enhance the environmental benefits of your tiny home by selecting reclaimed materials specifically for their durability and low-maintenance characteristics. Choose naturally rot-resistant woods like cedar or redwood salvaged from older structures for outdoor applications where moisture exposure is inevitable. For decking and structural elements, consider recycled composite materials manufactured from plastic waste that offer exceptional longevity without chemical treatments. When incorporating metal elements, look for quality vintage pieces with substantial thickness and proper alloys that will withstand weathering with minimal deterioration. Sustainable courtyard ideas, eco-friendly upcycling to maximize your outdoor space. Complete your eco-friendly tiny homes outdoor spaces with thoughtfully designed landscaping that supports local wildlife while requiring minimal resource inputs. Incorporate native plant species that provide food and habitat for pollinators and birds while naturally thriving in your local climate without extensive irrigation or chemical treatments. Create microhabitats through varied terrain features constructed from reclaimed materials, such as rock gardens from salvaged stone or brush piles from pruned branches that provide shelter for beneficial insects and small animals. Conclusion. The journey toward creating an eco-friendly tiny home with sustainably designed outdoor spaces represents more than just a housing choice. It embodies a holistic approach to living that honors both personal well-being and planetary health. By embracing upcycled materials and thoughtful design principles, you create living environments that tell unique stories through their reclaimed elements while demonstrating that sustainable choices can enhance rather than limit our daily experience. These environmentally conscious dwellings prove that living with a smaller footprint doesn't require sacrificing comfort, beauty, or functionality. As you implement these ideas in your own tiny home project, remember that authentic sustainability emerges from thoughtful intention rather than rigid formulas. Each reclaimed piece incorporated into your dwelling carries its own history and character, creating spaces that cannot be replicated through conventional construction methods. This individuality becomes part of your home's unique appeal, connecting you to broader narratives of material reuse while expressing your personal environmental values through tangible design choices. The true power of sustainable tiny home living lies in its ripple effects, both personal and communal. As you embrace this mindful approach to dwelling, you'll likely find yourself developing valuable skills, forming connections with like-minded individuals, and inspiring others through your creative solutions. Each tiny home project becomes a living demonstration that comfortable, beautiful living need not come at the expense of environmental health. Through these conscientious choices, we collectively reimagine our relationship with the built environment, creating dwellings that nurture both inhabitants and the ecosystems that sustain us.